Welcome in, folks. Another edition today for ASRA's Harpoon Design Cup Series. Here this time from Darlington Raceway, the famous Lady in Black, Too Tough to Tame. You know all the names of it right now, side by side with Brandon Bowie as usual. Bowie, how we doing today, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing really good. Excited for tonight's race because today was build day. So, lots of new stuff that was added to our racing. We can kind of get into that later, but tonight, yeah, we're at Darlington, and don't really think much has changed with Darlington for this build, other than it's gonna be a day into night race, and it'll be interesting to see what these guys can do.
Yes, sir. Christmas morning right now in September for iRacing fans just like us, and a lot of fun, a lot of cool toys here, a lot of new tracks and whatnot, and we'll get, to your point, I'm sure we'll get to that later on in the race. Right now, we have the Backmarker 250 live here from Darlington. Nice little joke that Jim Kaufman, actually, where is Jim Kaufman on track right now, maybe? Don't see him yet, but we'll find him soon. Said, hey, you know what? We have a last-minute slot for a sponsor for today's race, and he said, you know what? Shout out to all the boys in the back of the field. And last person on the lead lap today also gets $10, courtesy of Jim Kaufman. So a lot of cool things going on. Why not? Love to do that for them. Oh, there he is, right there, James Kaufman. Look at that paint scheme. Oh my word! On the thumbnail and in our hearts too, because man, this thing is sharp looking. U.S. Army. It's always been a joke with Kaufman that man, his paint schemes are usually pretty rough, but today looking pretty solid today in that U.S. Army machine. So pretty pumped for it. Big race today, Bowie. Obviously, a lot of different narratives kind of going on as Michael Frisch currently on the pole as we're showing. Let's show that right there, 28.95 currently. A bunch of more guys qualifying as well, but a lot of narratives going on today, Bowie. We have, man, today's the culmination of the Dash for Cash in-season tournament. So everybody in lime green, the 4 drivers on your tower, those are the Dash for Cash 4 that have been decided after these last 3 races. So the driver who finishes ahead of the other 3 will be the Dash for Cash in-season tournament winner and get themselves a snazzy trophy from Sick Trophies, as well as a couple of monies, a couple of dollar bills. So pretty cool for them. And hey, something always fun. But also, it is Darlington. It is the beginning of our season-long kind of tournament-ish, the Crown Jewel event tournament, Darlington, Daytona, Indianapolis, and I can't think of the other one. I don't know why. I always do this. What is it again? Indianapolis, Darlington, Daytona, and something. We'll think of it.
Yeah.
But it's
we'll get back to y'all now.
I'm just drawing a blank. I've been so busy with this update and getting everything ready. It's all good. As John Hagan goes P2 right now. I'm going to cheat real quick and look at our schedule. You think I would know I made the damn thing, but nope, I don't. Oh,
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah. So those 4 races are going to be modeled after kind of the real world equivalents. And the points leader from those 4 races specifically will be the Crown Jewel champion. So a lot of cool stuff. Tonight going to be something different. Obviously, a little bit longer races for these Crown Jewel events. And, hey, 3 stage breaks. So kind of that Coke 600 vibe where they have 3 stage breaks. We'll have 3 in all of these. So we'll get to the race details in just a bit. But 3 stage breaks, 4 stages in total in a big race today for these guys. Darlington, Bowie, can always... man, it's always kind of a trip to come here. And it's funny, this is the second time we've actually been to Darlington on a build day. And the last one I can remember, I think it was like season 7, maybe season 6. It was wild because it was when the servers were getting pretty crazy, like up until race time. And we kind of had to make that rule like, hey, if we, if it goes past a certain time, we're going to have to like either cancel the race or whatnot. But these build days can be pretty exciting.
Yeah, they can be. And it's, number one, I mean, let's be honest, half the iRacers have taken the day off today. So they can, so they can get to have a little fun and spend time on practicing and racing and checking out the new cars and the new updates and stuff, and that's honestly, like you said, this is our Christmas day. We get it 4 times, 3 or 4 times a year. So it's exciting. And when you put a race like Darlington on top of that, it just makes it that much more exciting. You got a lot of guys who, have been fast, but this is a track that's not really about the speed all the time. It's about actually making it to the end. Everybody knows about the Darlington Black Stripe. It will grab you and put you in a wall and can end your day. So these drivers are going to have to definitely go out there, focus, hit their marks, and try to make it all the way to the end.
Yes, sir. A long day today for sure as we're watching these guys going around the track real quick, doing some warm-ups. Qualifying is over, so we're going to take a quick break and take a quick second. Thanks some sponsors. We'll come right back for the beginning of this race, the backmarker 250. All right, back once again, getting ready for tonight's race in Darlington Speedway here. The backmarker 250 Harpoon Design Cup Series, and it's going to be a lot of fun right now watching warm up real fast. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. And hey, our friends watching online right now, appreciate everybody watching on race day. Hit the like button, subscribe button, hit all the buttons we always say, and see what happens. But hey, Bowie, big day today. Man, 3 stages, 30, 70, and 120. We'll get to that again in just a second. But what does that mean to you? I mean, fuel mileage wise, what are we thinking? A lot can go on today.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with this going into a day into night transitional race. I guess, for me and my thought process coming into this race with, that many stages, number one is I got to survive, right? I got to be able to be there at the end. I got to be able to have a shot at the win, but I got to survive. And this track, it's so tricky. Just trying out the setup earlier and just kind of talking to some of the drivers. I'm getting mixed information. I'm getting some drivers saying how tight they are, from in 1 and 2, and then how loose they are in 3 and 4. So you're gonna really have to try and find that balance of, trying not to, overdo the tires and heat them up too much. And again, the key is going to be surviving, honestly. And if you can survive, then you got a shot. But even with the stages, that throws in another wrench altogether. You're going to have to really. I don't really think they have to stretch it too much. But again, it does also depend on cautions and how they fall. But I think they're okay for the first stage. Second stage, probably a little iffy and so on. So. Look, man, I am like a kid in a candy store right now. I wish I had my popcorn so I could sit back, relax, and we're ready to watch a great show tonight.
Yes, sir. 180 laps of this, and this is one of those tracks too, I feel like, where you race the racetrack. You don't necessarily race each other to a degree. Obviously, you pass, and whatnot, but racing the racetrack here is so key. And one thing too is this is one of those tracks where I feel like the off track is bigger than the on track. And what I mean by that is we're going to see a lot of cars potentially spinning out down low or by the inside walls and whatnot that don't bring out cautions because it's considered off track to iRacing's standards. So that should be interesting as well. But right now we're going to get down trackside for the grid. Wyatt Tinsley getting the pole today once again. Very, very fast driver. Man, I cannot wait. This guy, I'm telling you what, already 3 races in, a championship favorite, it seems like. Let's get down to the grid here. Take a look at what we've got going on. But man, fast guys all throughout this field. Tinsley, Hagen, P2, Frisch in P3, subbing in for the suspended Max Brady right there. P4, Smecker. Kenny Brady in P5. Kevin King, P6. followed by Trevor Huff, Braxton DeWeese, Blaze Crawford, and then James Thurston rounding out the top 10. Further on back, Jordan Fisher, Paul Mikulajczyk, Tim Robb, Michael Johnson, Chad Oxendine, Tyler Lateral, brand new driver into the field, obviously very quick, came in last week as a sub, but now full-time in that 21. Josh Larson, followed by John Cutlip, Nick Silver, Joseph Mealy, rounding out the top 20. Back half of the field, Oberstadt, Blackley, Angel, Christian Angel, that is, subbing in for Frankie Barroso today. Followed by Zelazny, Oberstadt, Gasorn, Salzano, Millerin, DeAngelis, Dallaire. And then our boy Kaufman, Wiest, Anderson, Halsey, and then Austin Salyers in the back, rounding out. 35 drivers today, kind of a light field considering as how many drivers we have in the series. But hey, you know what? Darlington has always kind of shown to be that kind of a track buoy where it's a scary place to try and want to race at.
Oh, absolutely. These guys are going to have to fight with a little bit is the sun. The way how the sun is coming down, when you're coming out of two, the sun is coming directly at you, and at times you can miss the corner. So, just throw another wrench in the air for these drivers to have to deal with tonight. But hey, look, these are some of the best drivers on the sim. Pull those belts tight and get out there and get it done.
Yes, sir. Sunset set for about an hour away from now, so we'll definitely see it get to sunset and, yeah, to your point, blinding conditions, and then eventually in the full nighttime towards the end of the race. So different segments, every stage in this race gets longer. So 30 laps right now, and then next stage, let's go to the race details actually. As we bring it out, there it is, stage 1, lap 30, stage 2, lap 70. So 40 laps after that, stage 3, lap 120. The full race is 180 laps. So, Bowie, interesting move there, right? Every stage gets longer and longer until that final stage. So, how do you kind of play that off? How do you work that out with fuel and tires? And what's your first move?
First move is to save tires, honestly, right now. Save a little bit of fuel and just kind of see how things shake out. Again, stage 1 is only 30, so don't put too much pressure on yourself or trying to get to the front. Just take what you can get, and after that, we just see how it falls.
Yes, sir. Green flag about to be in the air here. Geico restart zone. The back marker 250 about to be underway. Wyatt Tinsley, John Hagan, lead us off. So hard right now, 2x2. Turn 2 is so tough, so tight right here, but we got to get out of here. Nice. Watch out for the wall in the outside lane. And so far, so good.
Yeah, I was just hoping that I didn't see a Josh Berry incident. I'm sorry, that was a little low maybe, but I was just hoping I didn't see that, and I didn't. And we are still green as the top 2 are still fighting tooth and nail. Try to see who comes out on top of that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you don't know, now you know. I mean, go and check out that NASCAR race from Sunday night. Yeah, Josh Berry had an oopsie daisy moment in that first lap, but right now looking pretty good here. And this is one of those things too, Bowie. I feel like restarts are going to be pretty intense, like we just saw. So far, it seems like we're going pretty clean here. But also, I think once this gets single file, this track can stay green for a long time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, once these drivers kind of figure out where they're going to be, as you can see, like they're starting to get single filed out right now. Again, it's hard to pass, and it's all about setting up the path out of the corner into the corners. But at the same time, you don't want to burn up your tires. So you're playing, Russian roulette in a sense, and you're trying to figure out like how hard do I want to push? Like, is it too early to push now? Should I wait a little bit? But at the same time, you don't want the field to walk away from you, right? Because once they walk away from you, you have to burn up your tires to try and catch them. So it's a game of chess. And you're trying to just balance everything, especially on this first stage. You're trying to see how the track is going to shake out, if it's going to get tighter or looser, is it going to get faster, which it should because of the sun going down. But then at the same time, now you might start burning your tires up a little bit more if you're going a little bit faster. So
real quick,
it's
unfortunately,
it's a lot going on.
Yes, sir, there is right now a lot going on. Patrick O'Keefe, unfortunately, hit into the wall there, bounced off of turn 2, had some contact with Christian Angel, and into the wall hard here on the inside lane. No caution, we stay green, but that is super unfortunate. It was one of those Dash for Cash drivers today. Did not want to see that damage Hard to see though, but again, turn 2 is so difficult. And back to my point before the race, right? We're going to see drivers, you know, kind of spin down into that lower lane in the inside wall, and cautions won't come out because iRacing considers, you know, the off track. It's just so big, buoy here.
Yeah, especially the way how and it's kind of crazy how Darlington works, right? You know, like you said, unless you're literally on the main part of the track, a lot of times it will, you know, people slide out of 2, slide into 3, slide out of 4, and you don't get a caution. But if the track is blocked, you will definitely get a caution. So for Patrick O'Keefe, that is definitely an unlucky situation. But hey, look, you know, you get in there and you never know. Like, it's not over. This is a long race, right? So I'm not going to say he's out of it unless he, you know, up and quits. But you just never know. You know, you still got a shot. You never know what can happen to the other 3 drivers that you're battling against. They get caught up. You're still out there. Hey, again, you still got a shot. So I wouldn't give up. Got to keep fighting.
Just like that, we saw Josh Larson get a little loose right there coming out of turn 4. Had some contact, I think, with, well, I'm not sure now anymore, but man, really, really close contact. A lot of guys, and again, like, this is one of those places I feel like, too, as a driver, you know, you're battling the racetrack all the time, and it's not, as we're seeing Anderson go around here, saves it, gets plowed into turns 3 and 4 here. That'll be a yellow for sure. Man, unfortunate right there. Anderson, I think, got involved there with Scott Gasorn. We'll go back and take a look, but the point that I was going to make, we'll get to this replay here in a second, is that, yeah, sometimes these guys can be fighting the track, right? Get loose, spin out, and that, you know, takes out other guys too. So that might be the case here. We'll go back and take a look. Yeah, Anderson's out of shape here. Millerin just completely arc breaks that situation. Looks like Halsey gets through here. Unfortunately for Jacob Wiest, not so much. We'll go back a little bit, try and find out when this went down and how so it did. So we'll watch Anderson here. There we go, side by side with Scott Gasorn going into 3. Not sure if there was contact maybe, but Anderson dived too hard maybe and going to tag the wall. We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to speed it up here. Oh, wrong lap. My apologies. Try and see where it goes down, but should be right here. Oh man, Scott just sends it. Yeah, Gasorn just, I mean, didn't break or went way too hard there, and Anderson just kind of kept going. Obviously, bystander here, and we're going to see Millerin come in. I'm going to guess trying to go hard left there, buoy, and just couldn't really go anywhere with that. But man, unfortunate. Let's try and look at Scott Gasorn's onboard here, actually, while everyone's, a couple of guys pitting. We'll go real time here if we can. I mean, yeah, just didn't even think about slowing down. Downshifted buoy, but didn't, no brakes.
Yeah, you know, it's, again, this is a very, very hard track to get around. It's a very tricky track to get around. And if you don't have the experience, honestly, it can be daunting, right? So, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, you just gotta, people are gonna have to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, I hate to say it like that, but it's just a life lesson, you know, and hopefully, you know, you'll know for the next time what to do and what not to do in those situations.
Yes, sir. Reporting live from the choose card, by the way. There he is right there on track in a pretty vicarious spot. Looking to get everyone decided here on left or right. Last week at Dover, we didn't have the choose card because we had that unique heat format, but something cool today, or then obviously, and something different. Today we're going right back to it. So Although, oddly enough, talking about the iRacing update, I guess we're supposed to get the choose rule like implemented into the series at some point, or into the sim at some point, which would be pretty awesome. So I think that choose rule will be coming. I think they said maybe December. So that would be pretty awesome. So right now, lap 12, working on our first caution of the day. Lap 30 will be stage. So we are getting through this race pretty quick. I mean, it's early, but we're getting through it. Long race ahead of us, though, for sure. But big points on the line. 3 stages. Here we go. Hagen Tinsley back at it again on the front row. Green flag is back out. Hagen, a great run right here. Immediately goes high, gets that advantage to dive low into turn 1. So far, a great effort by these guys. I'm seeing a couple of mistakes, though, but side by side in turn 2 is definitely daunting, but I feel like anybody side by side on the outside lane, I mean, I'm seeing walls getting smacked and kissed and punched around quite a bit.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it also has a lot to do with just the arrow coming off from the other cars. Side by side, you're tight. Oh, we got a one that's been in the back coming out of 4.
Yeah, a bunch of guys involved here. Kaufman looks like 51 of Larson. Weist again. I don't really see any major damage, though, so I think it was just kind of a... Well, Weist actually has that, but that's from the last wreck, so... Let's find out here what's going on. Looks like Zelazny just kind of loses it. Obviously, right here in turn 4, a couple of guys getting spun. Yeah, I guess track conditions maybe. I know you were saying, Bowie, that turns 3 and 4 are feeling a lot different than 1 and 2, so wonder if that's part of it.
Yeah, it's 3 and 4 for me. Just doing practice was definitely on the free side and having to kind of do a lot of pedaling to try and not, either, self spin or kind of get into the person above me. So, a lot of that is, again, it's, if he, and again, I don't know for sure, but if he ended up getting fresh tires, then that would be, a big note to make note of, because fresh tires, cold tires, if you're trying to hustle it, you're going to break loose pretty easily, or you're going to be really, really tight. So, yet again, it's one of those things. Again, these are some lessons that, unfortunately, these guys are kind of finding out on the fly. But hey, it's part of Darlington.
Yes, sir. So, lap 17, getting through it pretty quick right now. Obviously, one thing too I want to mention. I know a lot of guys, or a lot of folks watching online right now. We changed the rules after Chicagoland. Well, I guess we didn't change the rules, but we kind of did something new. So, after 3 quick cautions, and that's decided based on race control's feeling of the situation, we go to single file. Chicagoland, we did that. Had to go to single file to kind of try and minimize the cautions, and it worked for the most part. So if we get 3 quick ones in this race, we go to single file and they lose the choose car and etc. So that might happen. Obviously, this is a 2 quick cautions. So again, we'll let race control kind of figure out what he decides to do, but that first one was pretty good. So hopefully these guys continue on. Right now, gearbox, everyone choosing right now. There it is. A little late on that, but you get the idea. couple of cool things, not announced, but I guess shown in this newest update. A lot of cool stuff, actually. Brand new tracks. We have now the updated North Wilkesboro, the brand new 2025 version, which is awesome. Got a chance to look at it earlier. As well as a brand new rescanned, repaved, all new artwork and whatnot. Gateway. Gateway looks fantastic now. It's not as bumpy, really pretty smooth. Really, really fun. We have the repaved Sonoma, which is great. We have the new Charlotte Roval configuration, as well as some artwork changes to Charlotte, the oval itself. A lot of cool stuff. The Mexico track, I forget what they call that. Autodromo something. Can't quite remember.
We just call that Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Mexico.
We'll just say Mexico.
The Mexico GP. But yeah, that's really cool, and yeah, a lot of cool stuff. New car. Looking forward to it, but gonna go back green here. Second caution we're working on. Hagen Tinsley once again, P1 and 2. And getting back to it.
Ooh, looks like not sure if that was a 54. We got loose on the restart there.
Yeah, Kenny Brady just came out of line there. One car into the wall. Trevor Huff kept it going, it looks like. Gonna try and still squeeze himself in on the outside lane. Kisses the wall there. This is one of those things, though, Bowie. I mean, this track, we've seen it really all season long so far. I mean, these high-profile, I-rating guys still struggling in cases of certain tracks or conditions.
Yeah, it's a little surprising, honestly. But I think it's just a combination of, getting used to, what the league has to offer and, what's going on as far as, like, the drivers-wise. I mean, a lot of these guys are still getting used to racing around each other and how each other's race. I think it's definitely getting better. But yeah, it's a little surprising that I'm not seeing as much as the. Well, I'd say it's 50-50 on the veterans versus the. I'm not going to say the rookies. I'm saying the newcomers. This season. But man, I mean, they're still putting up a heck of a fight, and you see the 5 and the 39 tight coming out of 2 there. That was really, really tight racing right there. But for the most part, it's between the 26 and I believe that's the 12 right there. It's not too much of hard racing. I think these guys are starting to really figure out, like, hey, I can't really race as hard as I want to.
Real quick, shout out to the birthday boy, Nick Silver, into the wall right now, getting some birthday kisses from Darlington in turns 1 and 2, but looking good today right now. Where'd he go? Here he is, P15 so far. Good run right now for Nick Silver. That 23 machine, man, looking good today, but gotta love birthday races. Always fun, and you're right, too. I mean, I back to your point about guys are starting to figure it out, and it's, listen, I mean, we're in a tough position, especially, DeWeese into the wall hard here. Oh, Lordy. Could not get himself off of it.
No, but he did the right thing, though. He stayed up against the wall. That is what you were supposed to do. If you get in the wall, you stay up there. Do not turn back down because you're trying to get out the wall, because you will either self-spin or turn the person below you, and you're going to cause a big mess. So shout out to him for doing what was right. Unfortunately, taking the blunt of the hits, but he lives on and continues to race.
Yes, sir. So far, so good. Little damage, but he should be okay. A long race to get that fixed. As right now we're seeing John Hagen up front still, looking very, very fast. Man, today, can Hagen be consistent enough and not have any mistakes to win his first race of the season? Keep asking us. I mean, he's been very, very fast all season long. Obviously, very fast last season. But we've addressed it before. Those inconsistencies and the small mistakes, just, man, it kills him so bad.
Yeah, it does. And I personally had to race against him in the Final Four. So, in all season, and yes, I at one point he was hot. It kind of reminded me of Tony Stewart back in 2011 when he kind of went on his run, and against Carl Edwards and won 5 in a row. No, he didn't win 5 in a row, but he was doing very, very well. He's finishing in very good positions week in and week out, and then he would just completely fall off. So yeah. I would love to see that. Getting better, his consistency getting better, him actually, having a legit shot. I didn't even know he did make the Final Four. I just don't think I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just lack of focus or just, other stuff going on, which is a possibility. Um, but yeah, I mean, when you make the Final Four, man, you gotta have the focus. You got to be ready to battle. And I just don't think everything was there. So it'll be interesting to see if he can, if he can get back to the Final Four and if he can put it all together to get his first championship.
Yes, sir. Definitely ready for Hagen to kind of figure it out, because that's the worst place to be in, right? Is when you're like you're your own worst enemy, I think they say, and that's usually, man, if he can figure that out, he'd be lightning quick. So right now, 28 laps into this race, just 2 laps away from the stage 1. John Hagen under fire here a little bit from Wyatt Tinsley. Wyatt might find something here to get the stage win, but we will see. A little kiss right there on the wall. Have got to be careful, but big opportunity here, Bowie. I mean, these tracks, Darlington in general, right? I mean, 3 stage breaks, 4 stages in general. That's 3 times you can get stage points, playoff points. This race matters a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for the teams, and the team owners, right? We still have the team championship, driver championship going on. So, getting as much stage points as you can as possible is very, very important, and they matter. Last season, unfortunately, us as a team, the organization at the time, we didn't win anything. I think we got 1 win or 2 wins, and that was it. And when it came to the, looks like caution's out.
Caution is out. It is lap 30. I wonder if we were a little late on getting that the stage end out. Let's just take a look, make sure nobody wrecked. Doesn't look like that was the case. So yeah, just a tad late on the stage ending yellow, but no worries there. So stage 1 is over with. John Hagen gets the win today for stage 1, followed by unofficially Tinsley, Frisch, King, Smecker, Crawford, Huff, Brady, Fisher, and Thurston in the top 10. So good stage 1 right there. A couple of cautions, but I think some guys are kind of figuring it out. Obviously, as the race goes on, tighter conditions, I would assume, Bowie, and definitely cooler as we get going on. So who can get themselves this race win? Stage points maximized. A lot of good stuff right now. John Hagen, I'm sorry, not pole sitter, stage winner right there behind our pole sitter, Wyatt Tinsley.
And I will say, sorry, and I was going to say, just really quickly, you were talking about the track changing. The track temp is only 87 degrees right now. So we originally started practice in 103, 104, something like that. So I think you're going to start to see a little bit more racy come this next stage, because the track temp is definitely coming down.
Yes, sir. So here we go. Everyone going to come down pit road. We'll go and thank some sponsors here in just a second. We'll show off these pit stops first, because, man, this is going to be big. Track position. I wouldn't expect 2 tires yet, if at all, maybe this whole race, because, man, tires here are just so key as we get going here, but a lot to look out for.
I might counter that. I'm going to say maybe somebody does do it.
Try and steal some stage 2 points. I mean, yeah, I like that. Oh, look at this. Devin Sprecher. There he is. Takes the 2. Off he goes. Yeah. Tinsley, Kevin King. All right.
And I'm going to say that is because we did have a caution. So, we didn't stay green for a long time. So, you never know.
It's a good point. Now, in your practice, and maybe my notes are wrong here, but I feel like it's about, 40, 45 laps of fuel can get you all the way?
I think about that, yes. I think that even might be cutting it close a little bit, but I think there's an absolute great shot for that, for about 40, 45. So should be interesting.
You said great shot. I thought you were talking about our awesome camera work right here, sponsored by Whiplash Simcams. Man, they guys, woof, those guys just keep bringing it, man. I love it. Looking so good every single day. But yeah, awesome stuff here as the 2's car is doing its thing. Good work, and definitely a change up here in the front of the field. Right now, coming back to green here in just a bit for stage 2. Stage 2 will end on lap 70, and right now, man, look at up front. Oxendine, Mikulajczyk, DeAngelis, Salzano, Huff. Bunch of guys doing some work here. Now, I will say, we saw Smecker leave pit road early, but now he's in the way back of the field. Not sure what's up with that. Maybe he didn't take tires like he thought he would, or didn't check off his tires, but man, that is unfortunate. Wouldn't mind an update on that 26 machine to see what happened there, but either way, up front, Oxendine, Mikulajczyk, new leaders. Let's see how it works out. Oxendine, great jump right there. Green flag we go for stage 2. Oh my gosh, Kevin King way in the back right here. Huge moment. Everyone got bottled up right there on the backstretch. Looks like we're all straight right here. Man, couldn't quite tell what that was, but Kevin King right in the middle of it. Tim Robb, uh-oh. Jordan Fisher holding the brakes down. Might get it back going here. He does. We stay green. Chaotic first lap for this stage. Kevin King beat up right there, right front. That is unfortunate. Another Dash for Cash driver getting into trouble here today, as Chad Oxendine takes the lead here still and keeps it going. Bowie, what was all that about?
Yeah,
in the back,
I think that's...
hold on. 14, Grant Salzano. Lord have mercy. Spins around in the front stretch. Really banged up. That actually might be day over for him. Blown engine. Oh, man. Grant going to drive it back to pit road, but Lordy.
Yeah, there's a lot of action going on right now on the track. Good lordy.
I'll try.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think I caught up with everything. I think as far as what happened with Devin, it looks like Devin only took fuel, came down, only took fuel, maybe again. Maybe to try and stretch it, possibly, and save a set of tires. Good chance. As far as Kevin, it looked like it was just a stack up. I think he was behind the 14, and you know, with the amount of the air that comes off the car in front of you, and it takes all that downforce off the car behind, it just looks like it got away from him, and he wasn't able to catch it and ended up smacking the wall. So unfortunate event for him, and that's gonna, again, like you said, it's gonna help and gonna hurt him in the dash. So well, unfortunately, a lot of people are having some issues definitely tonight.
Yes, sir. It's just one of those, hey, you got to get through it. Kind of, it's just a matter of attrition at a track like this. And to your point, tight track. I mean, stack ups, a lot of drivers on track as well. It's just one of those things you have to look out for and be ready for, and that can happen. But up front, Chad Oxendine, great lead right now after staying out front here. Paul Mikulajczyk, P2, Trevor Huff in third spot, followed by Kenny Brady, James Thurston. Looking pretty good right now in the back of the field. Is Zelazny able to get back from his wreck earlier on in the first stage? Christian Angel right here, subbing in for Frankie Barroso. Looking pretty good. Right now, currently in... Where is Christian? P10. Might be the closest to the front of the field that car has seen this season so far. Just kidding, Frankie. You'll see this later. But looking pretty good right now for Angel. Who else is around here? Nick Silver, birthday boy. Looking pretty good. Good recovery here in P7. So, hey, a lot of guys, a lot of different scenarios. And, you know, to your point, Bowie, a lot of guys here, you know, 2 tires, maybe no tires, whatever it is. I mean, how do you think of this race? Because obviously you want to put yourself in the best position to win. at the end, right? So strategy-wise, how do you work yourself backwards to get there?
I mean, there's still a lot of things you can do, honestly. I mean, just save. Not put yourself in a position that's, you're gonna get wrecked or get damaged. I mean, you could definitely try the strategy that I believe Devin Smecker's on right now, which is maybe on some older tires and saving fuel. So, and just again, just try to survive. It's kind of hard. I mean, these guys are so smart these days, so there's many different strategies that you could do. My strategy has always been to just survive, honestly,
Right.
and just see how things shake out. I mean, there's guys wrecking left and right, and because they're wrecking underneath the racing line, it's not causing the caution. So in hindsight, it's kind of helping. In my situation, it would be helping me because I'm not very good here, but it would just continue to help me survive and make spots and make passes and just be there at the end to have a shot at it. I think that's honestly just the best information that's ever been given to me about how to get around here is just learn to race the track. Don't race each other and just try and survive.
Yes, sir. As we constantly still seeing tire smoke on the front stretch. A couple of guys, I think, having issues all throughout the place. But yeah, this is just one of those places that, hey, it's a fan favorite for a reason, right? Because it's just a lot of good racing. Historically here, we've had, comments, man, this place is so much fun after the race. And, yeah, it was hectic, but it was a lot of fun. And it was just, and we love that. And this is one of those tracks that I feel like it's kind of earned its, oh my gosh.
Oh.
Angel and Cutlip right there. Hard into the wall. Little disagreement of track position right there, it seems like. But Christian Angel still in this thing. 14th right now. Has some maybe significant damage on the right side, but definitely slow right now.
It's going to be one of those things where you're just going to take care of it at this point. You're probably frustrated. You're mad. You don't understand why that just happened to you. But at the same time, all right, time to go into just starvation mode. Let me just survive. Let me get to the end of the stage, at least till I can get a chance to pit if I need to. Or just make it to the end of the stage. Just do what you need to do to survive. That is the ultimate goal as of right now.
Yes, sir. Right now looking pretty good. Chad Oxendine up front. Number 77 machine. Giving me flashbacks of one of our ASRA greats of all time in that 77, Mark Whitley. Shout out Mark Whitley. Looking pretty good in that number 77, two-time champion of the series. Man, getting flashbacks, seeing the 77 car up front, that can be pretty deadly. Right now, Chad Oxendine looking pretty good here in the front of the field here. Alternate strategy, though, didn't come down pit road right there, so I wonder if he's going to have to pit here, Bowie, within this next stage or maybe these next couple of laps. But either way, hey, up front, getting some TV time for Hardee's. And, it's good for the program.
Yeah, I do. I do think that he is going to have to pit, which is interesting, right? I mean, I don't know. At this point, are you just going to give up the stage points as well? Or maybe this is the strategy that he has cooked up. I mean, he's on 38 lap old tires right now. So he's been out there for quite a while. I definitely don't think he has much, as he just smacked the wall right there. I don't think he has much more fuel to go. So, and then Kenny Brady behind him, I mean, he has the fresher tires. He has more fuel. So, I don't know. It's an interesting strategy. Again, maybe he's not really worried about the stage points. Maybe he's going for the win. And I mean, if things work out, it could work out in his favor.
And you bring up a good point, right? Because stage racing always changes our minds on things and strategies and maximizing stage points and whatnot. But with this format, hey, a win and you're in for the playoffs. So is he just maybe eliminating the stages from his, strategy perhaps, and just working the race backwards as far as how long can I go on fuel, for, kind of look at it as stints, right? In an endurance race, and kind of going like that, working the race backwards, and maybe trying to go for the win, like you said. And hey, he's got great finishes these past couple of races, so definitely really good in points. And but at the same time, he's on old tires at this point, 40 lap old tires, and look what he's doing. The gap isn't shrinking as much as you would think it would be for a guy on that old tires. So everyone here is taking notes, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely, and you have to, right? You see the 77 out there. He's not running the fastest laps, but I mean, he's 3/10, a little bit less than 3/10 slower than Kenny Brady right now, and about 4/10 slower, or sorry, 2/10 slower than Trevor.
The net gain though is huge.
So,
the net gain is huge on his tire set.
Yes. So, but then it becomes, well, is Kenny saving tires? Right. Is he saving fuel? Is he just riding? Or is it that hard for him to pass? So that's kind of the thing that we really don't know. We really don't know how hard these drivers are actually pushing it. I wish we had telemetry like they do in on the broadcast in real life. It would be kind of cool to see, what these drivers are actually doing. But just based on what I'm seeing, it's really looking like maybe Kenny's just not pushing it that hard right now. He's just trying to push it just enough to continue to reel him in, or just to put a little pressure on him till he needs to pit, which is honestly it's gonna have to be soon because he's on 43 right now. And
now the way I look at it too, like when Devin says he didn't get the tires and whatnot, maybe he should have stuck with that strategy, right? Because he didn't take tires. I get it, but you would have been up front most likely with Chad and maybe even Kenny and whatnot, and you probably would have saved a set of tires for the later half of the race if it gets messy or if that comes up. And so tires really the smart move here.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Honestly, it depends on how his car was reacting to him. If this car is really, really tight or really loose, and he's just like, you know what, I don't think maybe that's not the right thing. Let me wait until maybe it becomes nighttime, right? And then maybe I stay out because track is now cooled down, get a little bit more grip, could be a little bit more aggressive if I need to. For now, let's keep the tires on it in order to at least still have a chance to, work through the field and make moves instead of being on the defensive side.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Sunset check right now out of the cockpit of Tyler Lateral. Definitely right in the face of these drivers. So pretty tough. Hopefully graphics are turned down a little bit and sunglasses are well equipped, but looking pretty good right now out of Lateral as he's trying to pass right here. Michael Johnson upshift right here. Hard into turn 2. Inside lane, man, just so tough. Johnson looks like gave it up a little bit, but yeah, still that sunset definitely kicking in. Approaching halftime here pretty soon. Second half of the race, we should see a lot more nighttime racing. But so far, I mean, Billy, this is looking pretty good. Restart was pretty chaotic, which we all expect restarts to be today. But ever since then, really pretty clean racing and just managing tires and fuel.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it was just chaotic because we had cars that stayed out and maybe weren't necessarily that quick.
Good point. Yeah.
And because of that, kind of caused a little checkups and people getting damaged and stuff like that. So I think that played into the chaoticness of it. But I gotta say, I am pretty impressed by the 77 right now. Again, I don't know if Kenny Brady is truly pushing it as hard as he can. I mean, as of right now, he's only maybe a 10th faster than Chad right there in the last lap. So, and you can see now they're actually starting to move around a little bit in 3 and 4. Before they were kind of just mainly staying on the bottom, but that side of the track is kind of cooled down. That sun has gone down on that side. So with the cooler track temps there, allows them to move around a little bit more. Maybe gives the 77 just a little bit more time to stay out front, but
true. I think
he's going on 50 laps on. He's going on 50 laps on these tires, and he's still out there, still leading.
I mean, either way, I think Kenny Brady, Wyatt Tinsley, right in the back. I think they're lurking. I think they know stage ends on lap 70. So I think they're going to probably make a move here pretty soon to try and get that stage point in that playoff point for the stage win. But either way, I feel like Oxendine, if he doesn't win this stage, he definitely net gains a lot of positions here and gets some really good stage points. So this is a win-win for him no matter what, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that he's still out there on those tires.
And the fuel. How's he making it on fuel?
Exactly, and the fuel, which, I mean, maybe he came down doing a caution. I would have to go back and look, but maybe doing one of those cautions, he had to came down and put more fuel in.
And did the math. Yep.
Yeah, and then it's like, hey, I can actually make it. I just need some things to kind of fall in my favor, and as of right now, it's working pretty good for him.
Yes, sir. So him, Oxendine, Brady, Tinsley, 1 through 3. Thurston, not too far back there, your season 8 champion. Having a good day today so far. Dover missed the cut last week in the feature race. Looking to definitely charge back and looking great today in that Cardano machine.
Interesting move by the 54 Kenny Brady to let the 20 of Wyatt Tinsley by. Maybe he knows that Tinsley could put a little bit more pressure on him. And
Pressure tires,
and see if he can make him make a mistake and try to get by him. But I mean, as you can see, when Tinsley got super tight coming out of that last corner. So it's still a battle to try and pass the lead car, even on as old as the tires that he has, and he still can't necessarily make the pass.
That's right. You know what Chad wants right now? Chad right now wants a yellow because we're on lap 65. Caution's coming out within that 5 laps of the stage ends the stage as well. So, hey, a quick caution right here. Chad becomes a stage 2 winner.
Absolutely, and look, he's gonna have to fight because Tinsley knows, like, hey, I got the fresher tires. I can make it on fuel. I don't need to save anything. I can go. But you got to be able to make the pass. But Tinsley's going to try and make the pass here in 3 and 4, though.
Going to be a clean move here. Chad has no way to do it. New leader, Wyatt Tinsley, comes around for lap 67. 3 laps to go here for stage 2. Good, respectable racing up front. We love that. Chad's really showing off right here early in this season. He's a player.
Absolutely, and ooh, Kenny Brady hits the wall coming out of 2 there. But yeah, I mean, with Tinsley pulling away, I mean, I think right now the 77 is on defense mode. Just a couple more laps is all he needs. Looks like the 54 is still struggling a little bit as well as trying to get to the 77. But again, you got the 96 of Thurston now. Here you got the 12 of Blaze Crawford. They've all caught up. So the question is going to be, how aggressive do they want to be on these last couple of laps?
Yes, sir. Just saw Nick Silver and John Cullip have a bit of a contact, I think it was. We had a different angle to it, but I think they were like door banging each other for the most part. Either way, close stuff. 1 lap to go here for the stage. Good racing back here. Looks like Michael Frisch, again, subbing in for Max Brady, as well as John Hagan here. Trevor Huff, all racing for it, trying to stay and get closer to that top spot for the stage. Frisch going to make a move here on Hagan. Makes it happen. Good stuff right there. But Wyatt Tinsley comes around for the checkered flag of stage 2. And will win that stage 2 right there. 1 playoff point, 10 driver points. Unofficially followed by Chad Oxendine, Kenny Brady, James Thurston, Blaze Crawford, Michael Frisch, John Hagan, Trevor Huff, Nick Silver, and then Tyler Lateral in the top 10. Really good second stage buoy, all green, although that beginning of it was pretty sketchy. That could have easily been a caution somewhere thrown in there, but overall, a damn good stage 2. So right now, pace car trying to catch up to the leaders here. We're going to go real quick, thank a quick couple of sponsors. We'll come right back, folks. Welcome back, folks. Right now we are in Darlington Raceway right here for the Backmarker 250. Big thanks to Jim Kaufman for the sponsorship today. Always fun to have little jokey sponsors once in a while, but Choose Car here underway. Everyone making their choice. Right now working in lap 72. As everyone comes down to pit, everyone has already figured their situations out. Right now looking pretty good as we get through almost halfway in today's race. One of our longer ones today, or this season really, 180 laps, crown jewel event. One of 4 of those this season. A little bit longer in nature. Typically our races are about 50% of, whoops, let's get rid of that graphic on the screen. Lordy. Normally our races are about 50% of a real race, but today we do 60% for these crown jewel events. So a little bit longer and more strategy played out, and longer green flag runs is the idea. A little bit harder to win too. So lap 72, Bowie, getting ready to go back green here for stage 3.
Yep, and I'm ready. I'm excited to see what they can do.
Here we go. Usual suspects up front right here. Wyatt Tinsley, Oxenstein in the front row, and green we go. Restarts here. Oh, caution already in the back. Looks like, who is that? Christian Angel into the wall. Looks like maybe that was him. I don't see anybody else really around, so let's go back and take a look. We'll start it from the green flag. I think it really happened from then. Here he is again, subbing in for Frankie Barroso. Let's see if we can find out what happens here. So on the, oh man, look at this. Larson, oh yeah, comes up. Back on track and just spins out Christian. Looks like might not be huge damage actually there for Christian. That'll be good for him to keep it going. But I mean, yeah. Into the wall a little bit. Man, yeah, but Larson just comes back on track. And, yeah. You know, it can happen. Quick caution, lap 75. But that can happen. So, let's see. Lap 75. Everyone coming down pit road again. Actually, not everybody, but a bunch of guys. 23rd on back, it looks like, on pit road. Scott Casorn, Tim, Rob, Angel, Fisher, Larson. Already on track for the Choose Car, so gonna get it going right again. But I think it's pretty obvious, right? Right now, I think the restarts are gonna be pretty wild, which we expect it to be. Tight track, too wide, right? Hard to pass. Best chance to pass is now, right? On the restarts. But hey, you get past the restarts, you get single file, and we have good racing. So stage 2 was great. This stage right here is 50 laps, really at this point 45 from now, so going to be a lot closer for these guys, but either way, a little longer than stage 2. So shout out to you folks in the chat. I see you guys. We got Brantley in here. Cindy Silver, happy birthday to the 23. Love that. Chris DeWeese. Little pre-race message. I love that. 3 Dips Ice Cream Shop Ford. Looking good. Let's go Fisher in T1 Racing. Chris Lewis in the chat. Love that. Not too bad. Jordan Fisher right here in 26th. Race hasn't gone super great for him as much as he would want it to. Has some front end damage a little bit, but definitely can get bumped out. Would not be surprised if we see Fisher in that top 10 come race end. He is just very, very good, very consistent, and it's been pretty obvious that beginning of this season, he definitely has a lot to prove and can definitely be fast. Missed Talladega, but was here for the last 3. I think he'll be a contender for sure as we get this thing wound down. So, up front, once again, Wyatt Tinsley, Oxendine, Thurston, Kenny Brady, Michael Frisch in the top 5, going back green here as we approach lap 76. Big moves being made already. Turns 1 and turns 2. We can get through turn 2. That's usually a good sign, and so far, so good. Tinsley has the lead. Oxendine still trying to charge on the outside lane here. Kenny Brady doing a fantastic job too, down low. Really good job so far. Pretty much 10th on back, already single file. Frank D'Angelo's going to try and make a move here on Joseph Mealy. Down low right here. Joseph going to get a better exit, but Frank might be right there. Not going to be enough just yet, but Thurston as well, down low of Michael Frisch. Just like that, 2 laps after a restart, Bowie. We're single file.
Hey, and honestly, that's probably what these guys need to do. Kind of get back in the rhythm again of just, drive the track, not really each other, and, start to get that rhythm again. And it looks like maybe just a little bit more separation is needed, as some of these guys are still running over each other a little bit. But once, like you said, once that separation and they start really getting single file, I think we'll be good to go.
Yes, sir. A couple of flagship drivers right now trying to work it out. Trevor Huff, John Hagan, trying to get back to the front as he was leading earlier on in this race. Kind of mired back a little bit in track position and in pit road stops and whatnot. So either way, these two very, very fast. Still in that top 10, just trying to get themselves to the front.
And as that sun honestly is still kind of coming down a little bit, it's still a little I can't really see going into 4, so, or going into 3. I'm sorry. So at this point of this race, it is pretty crazy that people are still able to kind of make moves, because just being in the choose car, I couldn't see going into 3, and I kind of had to tiptoe like, okay, all right, this is where I should be. So I can't imagine doing it at 150 plus miles an hour and then also trying to make moves at the same time.
That's a fantastic point. You are sitting literally in the spot that's the most blind, and you have not been hit yet in the choose car. That is shocking to me. Yeah, maybe I just jinxed it, but we'll see.
I think you just jinxed me, but we'll see. We shall definitely see. Yeah, so far so good. I mean, these guys are, like I said, starting to get it. They understand what they need to do. Also understanding that the track temp is still continuing to drop. So as it continues to drop, you're going to get a little bit more grip. Just a little, not a lot, but it's enough to continue to move around and find grip lines and find grip itself. Some people are trying to, look, I did see that some people were starting to kind of move up and really run the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
Or at least testing it to see if there's something there for 3 and 4. And I mean, definitely the last generation of car, like, that was the line. The running the wall coming out of 3 and 4, that was the line you would have to run. This car doesn't seem to really like running up there too much, unless it's a really cool night and there's a lot of grip in the track, then it can run it pretty well. But it'll be interesting to see if when it does go to full night, if they actually transition to everybody going toward the top, or if they still migrate down to the bottom. But they're gonna have to definitely do something. You know, as it becomes night, it's gonna get harder and harder to pass. You're gonna have to definitely move around to find ways to get past the car in front of you.
And I think at race like this so far, I mean, obviously it's just about halfway at this point. Seen some close racing, some hard racing, obviously aggressive a little bit, but this track, oh my God, Hagen, speaking of which, mistakes. Got loose right there at turn 2. Cutliff goes around. Huff had to be kind of put in the middle here. Looks like they'll figure it out. Maybe Silver right on the quarter panel.
Oh, there. Whew.
Yeah, Hagen just cannot control his car right now, but
Oh, and then Huff is right there. I mean, that's, again, tough situations all around. You know, if you're, not handling the best either.
Yeah, I mean, trying to pounce on a guy who can't control his car right there, right, having issues, makes sense for Huff, but man, that could have been definitely deadly. Ooh, as Silver almost catches the tail end of Trevor Huff right there, but I mean, good racing either way, but this is just one of those things that, like, man, it's tough. You have to kind of beat and bang, put the elbows up, and might come down to that later in this, but it's just so hard to pass as Mikulajczyk right here into the wall.
Yeah, that honestly, that looks like a Josh Berry situation. It's almost like the car just kind of bottoms out, right? And then it's just like you're trying to catch it at the same time, especially if you have somebody underneath you. You don't want to run into them. So, I don't know. As Nick Silver is really slow coming out of 4 and kind of jumbled up the pack here. So, not sure if he tagged the wall or what exactly happened here, but 99 made a clean pass and is trying to set sail.
Oh man, Weist is just still in the wall, but looks like we are good to go still. Everyone's starting to figure it out. Oh, maybe not. Trevor Huff into the wall here. Looks like got loose in the middle of the corner. At least from what we saw there. And I mean, I can't imagine we're getting looser now, Bowie, right?
I mean, it might not necessarily be getting looser as far as the track, but if you've heated up those tires,
right,
it's not going to make a difference whether the track is cool or not. If you've eaten up your right rear, your left rear, you're just holding on. And running that high line with all that wheel into it is the easy way to get 100%. The car to snap
now,
off the corner. So.
Could it be a situation where a lot of these guys are, pushing too hard into the corners and they're getting like a push, like understeer kind of like a push loose, where their tires just lift off? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and believe it or not, there's some drivers who actually do that intentionally because they want to shift the balance of what the car is doing. So, yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to have that. You're going to have your, like myself, I prefer a car that's more on the free-rolling side, so I can use the right rear up a little bit more than the right front. But this car doesn't like that. This generation of vehicle would prefer you drive off the right front. And that's actually been my weakest point of driving this car altogether, is trying to figure out how to drive off the right front. I just don't understand how to do that without burning it up. So a lot of these fast guys, they drive off the right front. Or I will say that they've been able to adapt to driving off the right front for this particular car, and then, they can adapt to really any other car or whatever the car needs to be done. So
you bring up a good point, right? Driving off the right front. So for any aspiring fans out here who want to jump into iRacing in the Cup car, what does that mean? How do you drive a car off the right front?
Well, when you find out, you let me know. Driving off the right front, meaning that you are basically not using, the easiest way that I can explain it is basically you're not using the right rear and the left rear of your tires to steer the car. You're using basically the right front to put all the pressure on that in order to get the car to rotate and do what you needed to do. The last generation of car had a ton of side force, which is generation 6, which allowed you to yaw the car out in the middle of the corner, which almost basically allowed you not a drift in a sense, but allowed you to put the car up against the wall and carry a lot of speed. This car does not like that at all. They've basically made the car a net, basically a net zero side force vehicle. So you really are. I mean, there's talented drivers, Larson, Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe. A lot of those dirt drivers are able to do that and able to still get a lot out of the car. But in sim racing, it's about 90% similar to the real thing, but we still don't have everything that the real cup car does. So for us, it really doesn't really allow you to really drive off the right rear kind of like they do without destroying yourself or killing your tires. So the right front, the way of driving this car is, unfortunately, that's the key. And unfortunately, I have not figured out how to unlock that box yet of how to actually do that successfully.
So right now, working lap 97. Looking pretty good so far.
77 and the 54.
Oh no. Chad Oxendine into the inside wall. Was looking so good. Going to get it back going here. Looks like he's going to keep it straight. Maybe not huge damage, but man. Can we find what happened there real quick? No yellow. Let's find it. Here we go. Real fast. Looks like Oxendine. Brady looks like he comes up a little bit. Kind of a bad angle here. Oh, man. And then Oxendine just comes across the nose there of the 54. That's a tough, tough break. Yeah, I think Chad's going to be fine here. Not huge damage, but super unfortunate for him. Man, leading for a long time there, and right now back down to 23rd. So as we hit lap 99, almost 100 laps into this race, he's not going to be happy about that. But, I mean, close racing. Again, hard to tell if Kenny Brady, came up or if Chad came down, but just one of those racing deals, I think, Bowie.
It's, from what I could see, it looks pretty close to a racing deal, and it's nothing. It's one of those things where it's like, oh man, like you could have given me just a little bit more room, but everything happens so fast.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going 150 plus miles an hour, it's just you're doing everything to try to stay up the guy, but at the same time you're trying to side draft him just a little bit to kind of slow him down on the straightaway, and sometimes with these cars, especially if you're trying to side draft, it is so easy for the car that's being side drafted to actually move into the direction of the vehicle that's side drafting you, if that makes sense. It's almost like a bubble and almost like a magnet feeling. So sometimes it will pull you in that direction, and it's a possibility that's basically what happened. So it's especially with this particular track, it's so narrow. It's basically I'm gonna say a two-lane track mainly, and when you're that close quarters, any little inch of a move, especially with dealing with the aero effect of these cars, can cause the issue.
Yes, sir. A quick update on the field. Wyatt Tinsley still in the lead right now, looking very dominant in this third stage. Blaze Crawford kind of sneaking into the picture here in P2. Looking very, very quick. An off week for the Coke Series boys, so he is here in ASRA, and we love that. So good to see him here today. Michael Frisch in third spot, subbing in for Max Brady. And then look at this, Tyler Lateral, Kenny Brady, James Thurston, man. Bunch of these guys up in the front row, or front five. So much talent in this top 10 right now, Bowie. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I'm not surprised. Again, one of the hardest tracks on the schedule. It's going to bring the most talented, or some of the most talented, I'm not going to say them all, but some of the most talented drivers are going to rise to the top, and that's what you're seeing right now. Some of them have kind of had some issues and unfortunate, situations where they're out of the race or have a lot of damage. So, everybody is, all the most talented guys that we have in the league are not, showing right now, but for the top 5, top 6, not surprised at all. The cream always rises to the top, man.
Yes, sir. A couple of guys right here looking pretty good. I feel like the 4 that we're looking at right here are showing a lot of promise early on in this season. Nick Silver obviously has speed, definitely fast. I know he's kind of getting back into the rhythm of things, so to say, whatever. But looking pretty good. This early season has good finishes. He's about to get passed here by Paul Mikulajczyk, who's also, again, showing some speed early on. Kind of getting used to things. Little slide job right there. Made it work. And Michael Johnson, Braxton DeWeese looking very fast lately. Braxton, always follow him on X, looking pretty good on there. Love that we have guys now, Bowie, that, they kind of share their stuff, right? Share the stats and how they did for a race night and race pictures. Oh, Lordy, as they get some contact there between him and Silver. I don't think that'll make the social media, but, looking pretty good out of these guys. It's fun to see guys kind of sharing their experiences with the league, right? Obviously, negatives, positives, we love it all. It's cool to see.
Yeah, no matter what, it's about an experience, right? And every league has its own experience, and some people are going to like it, some people are not going to like it, and that's fine. It's just a matter of, if you need to give the constructive criticism, hey, then go ahead and give it and listen to it and see what people have to say. Like you said, positive or negative, it's important. It sounds crazy, but all feedback is good. It's not really about all positive or all negative. So it's, as long as you're giving some type of feedback, I say we're all good. And that's how you keep an open door policy. Honestly.
Oh yeah, and I've always been I take it in a way where, for me, feedback of any kind, to your point, is passion, right? If you didn't care at all about a series or about a league or about whatever you're giving feedback on, you wouldn't be giving your opinion, because obviously if you're doing that, you want something to change, or you want to share some input. So if people give feedback, no matter what, that tells me that people are invested, and that's good to see. So right now, obviously early on in this season, and see a lot of guys passionate about this series, and they like what they see, and it's good to know, because it's just a good reminder once in a while, not for me or not for anybody in particular, but it's just good that when you're getting feedback like that, it just means that your series is in a good spot, I guess you can say, because we adapt and we learn and we figure it out.
Yep, that's what it's all about. Adapt, learn, figure it out, and do it on a day-to-day basis, and your average person will be just fine.
Right now, Wyatt Tinsley catching some lap traffic, actually. This green flag run's been going on for quite a while. So Kaufman, Gasorn, Devin Smecker right now up here. And I'll tell you what, this right here, going back to that, I guess, pit strat for Smecker, this is just not working out for him. I don't know if his car is just too tight, too loose, ill handling, but this is not working out.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those things where, you're willing to try things. And you have to understand that some things may work and some things might not work. So, it sucks, to be completely honest with you, or completely blunt with you about it. It sucks when when you have a plan and it does not work out right. But again, we still have I lost track of how many. Still 68 laps to go. So, hey. Anything can still happen. I wouldn't say that anybody is out of it unless you're multiple laps down. We talked about the 77 having his issues. Hey, it still has a shot, believe it or not. If a caution comes out, hey, that changes everything for just about any driver who's out here still in the lead lap or a lap or two down. So you just got to keep fighting. These races are long for a reason, and it provides a lot of comers and goers and lots of different strategies and things that could happen. Hey, you just got to keep fighting. As frustrating as it probably is, you just got to keep fighting.
Yes, sir. And a quick update on a few drivers, as we're 5 laps away here from the stage 3 end. 3 stage breaks today. Something unique for these crown jewel events. 4 of them on the season. A couple of drivers out of the race: Oberstadt, Anderson, as well as I believe I saw Kevin King, O'Keefe, Salzano, Miller, and Blackley out of the race right now. Unfortunate for them. But yeah, definitely a long race. And yeah, frustration for sure for a couple of guys. I mean, O'Keefe, King definitely were out of this race early. And they were part of that Dash for Cash in-season tournament, which right now Tinsley and Hagen are basically fighting for it at this point. Tinsley looking the best right now in P1. Looking to get himself a stage 3 win here in just about 3.5 laps. Tell you what, stage 2 and 3 looking really, really good, Bowie.
Yeah, he's gonna be hard to beat. I think right now he's got something figured out, something that works for him, whether it's settings or the track itself or just talent. I mean, he's been, minus I think one race, he's finished in top 5 in pretty much every race. Maybe not Chicago now I think about it. Maybe not that track, but yeah, I mean for the most part he's been really showing what he can do, and I hope he's not showing too soon, because usually when people show a little speed a little early, other people start to pick up on it and figure out some things, and now they're, the best. So if he can keep the speed up, man, he's gonna probably be in the final 4. He is gonna be a hard person to beat.
Yes, sir. Right now, about 1 lap to go here for stage 3. Sunset pretty much down below the track and the buildings in turn 3. So definitely going to be seeing a lot of nighttime conditions here in the 4th stage, the 4th quarter, I guess you could call it. And man, a lot of things could still happen. A lot of fun though. Prime time racing here from Darlington. Tinsley looking very, very good. Comes around turn 3 and 4. I'm going to get a second stage win of the race. There he is, Wyatt Tinsley. In P1, there's the caution for the stage. And a big win again for Wyatt Tinsley, man. 10 more points and 1 more playoff point. You're right. I mean, hey, at this point, that's what he wants to do. He has the win already. He's already in the playoffs. Now it's just a matter of getting as many points as you can for the playoffs and give yourself the best advantage.
Yep. And honestly, it's his race to lose. So he just has to not make mistakes and just do what he needs to do. Stay out of trouble. Stay up front. He's definitely got a shot of basically dominating this race.
Yes, sir.
Besides the one stage, and actually no, he did win that stage. So, did he win the first stage as well? I can't remember. Such a long race. I can't remember who won the first stage, but I mean, other than that, he has just been dominating this race, and I think he's definitely putting a notice out there to the rest of the competitors, like, hey, I'm here. You guys are gonna have to come chase me, because I'm gonna try to win every race I can.
I agree. Now, here's the thing. Right now, too, if you're anybody else except Wyatt, maybe, I don't know, 7th, 8th, maybe even 9th on back, I might take 2 here and just say, you know what, screw it. I want to get up front. I want to lead. I want the clean air. I got to come down again anyway for fuel. Let's just see what happens. You know, it just maybe a slight desperation mode move. Based on the math, these guys will probably have to pit for sure. Green flag racing. If we have that continuously in this last stage, they'll have to come down for fuel at a minimum. I can definitely see a 2 right side tire situation there. So a lot on the line here, but I mean, do you see any moves right now? 2 tires? No tires?
I think right now, being that this is the last stage, you probably see less people do the 2 tires, and that's just because now it's for the win. So if you take 2 tires, and after that long of a run, probably not. I probably see 4 tires. Now, if they run maybe 15, 20 laps, come back in, yeah, I definitely say take 2 tires after that. But right now, I think 4 tires is the call. Even if you get the track position to kind of take the 2 tires and leapfrog a whole bunch of people, I don't think that's going to really help you in the long run, honestly.
I was about to say Frank DeAngelis came down or came off of pit road first. Looks like he'll be coming down pit road again here. Maybe he didn't get his tires on, but we'll check to see maybe on that if he's if this is scheduled or maybe there's a mistake on that last pit stop. But either way, it looks like up front going to be Tinsley, Crawford, Brady, Frisch, Lateral, followed by Thurston, Hagen, Cutlip, Zelazny, and then Michael Johnson rounding out the top 10. Again, 180 laps is the total for today's race. So lap 123 right now, definitely winding it down. Been really, really good. Stage 2 and 3. Stage 1, we saw some little issues there, but man, stage 2 and 3, very, very good. This stage 4, we're going to find out how these drivers can handle it as well, but bunch of guys out of the race right now, about 6 or 7, it looks like, based on our records here. So, looks like 24 on the lead lap. Trying to get themselves through right now. A couple of guys need some quick cautions to get lucky dogs, but here we go. Going back racing. Stage 4 this time. Here we go. Green flag back in the air in the Geico restart zone. Tinsley and Crawford up front, and green we go. Great run right there. Right now, single file for the most part in the back half of the field. Front 3 seems like they figured it out for now, but right here about that 10th on back, middle pack in the top 10. Still looking pretty racy, 2 by 2 here. Man, so tight right here. I think they know it's go time, Bowie.
Oh, absolutely. They again, lights are on now. Time to go. Time to put on the show. You got what you got. You got to understand at this point what your car is able to do, what it's willing to do, what you're willing to do, and you got to go for it now.
Tell you what, Cutlip and Thurston right here kind of battling side by side. It didn't look friendly here a second ago. Looks like they're going to try and figure it out here. Yes, they do. Hagen, though, oh man, tight right here, but they're making it work.
Yeah, again, hard racing, but it's hard racing because now you know. You know what you're able to do, what the car is able to do. You see Thurston gets a huge run coming out of that corner, and again, that's running the high line. Track temp is down now, so yeah, I think you're going to see a lot more people start to run that high line if they get a chance to.
Yes, sir. Right now, looking pretty good. I think these guys kind of know what. I mean, obviously the track is very hard too, right? But single file, for the most part, so far I would say it's been a very, very good race. A couple of cautions, obviously, you can expect that anywhere you go. But I mean, hey, 4 races in right now. Are we starting to figure it out? I mean, are we starting to figure out, hey, we're not going to take races like we had at Chicagoland or, even Dover to a degree. Is this where we kind of say, you know what? Okay, we got it out of our system, and now it's time to have some good racing.
Yeah, I believe so. These guys are racing aggressively, but they're not overstepping, from what I see right now. Now, again, Darlington is a hard track, and I get it. A lot of these guys are maybe just kind of taking a chill pill right now, but everybody still wants to win. Everybody still wants to get the best finish possible. So you're still pushing it. So, I do think, like I said, it was going to take time. I think I said that after the second race, like, hey, it's going to take a little time for these guys to kind of get things together, get things figured out, and then they'll start to really get some long green flag runs and understanding like what they need to do to not be involved in wrecks and stuff like that. So it takes time, and again, it happens with every league. It's always the beginning of the season. This is a little chaotic, but hey, look, we're rolling now, and we got some great racing on track right now.
Yes, sir. 131 laps already into this race. I mean, hey, we scheduled this race to be one of the longer ones, right? But we 60% of a normal race distance today, and hey, making it look pretty good right here. So Tinsley up front, Blaze Crawford trying to catch him right now, maybe just holding on to it. Again, tires will play a big role into it. I think fuel will as well if this stays green for a long time. So green flag pit stops, I feel like in this scenario, might be the game changer, right? Can't make mistakes. Come down and get your fuel, and I think to your point before too, right? They have a new, they kind of snuck in a new commitment cone for pit road.
Yes, they did, and I was very shocked because I didn't even realize that. Yeah, so if you don't hit the cone, or don't try to pit after the cone, because you will get a what was it, a 20-something second hold for unsafe pit entrance, and that is
that's tough.
That's about a lap lost. So yeah, you're gonna, and again, honestly, you might see it live because
yeah.
You know, it's a lot of these drivers are not used to that. They're used to blowing the corner and then enter down pit road, where you can't really do that. You have to be below that line. You know, if not, you're gonna get busted. So, hey, like, it's gonna be important to hit your marks right and make sure you are below that commitment line, because you don't want to be, you know, running really, really well and have the slightest mistake of hitting the cone or misjudging where you're supposed to enter pit road at, and now your race is pretty much thrown. So, hey, it's another, you know, thing that these guys gotta try to figure out. And be honest with you, I'm excited for the green flag pit stops if we can get there.
Yes, sir. Now, if we don't get the green flag pit stops, I mean, I can see that'll be a complaint for the drivers. Man, the race was cool, that was fun, but we didn't get any green flag stops. Yeah, I get that, and maybe that's a product of having 3 stages and not, you know, the 2, but keeping, you know, a long race. But for these crown jewel races, we do it different, something different, right? Every stage is longer, more chances to get points, more chances to be up front and stay there. So, you know, green flag stops aren't the end all be all, but man, they can be fun sometimes for sure. So we should get that mathematically for fuel, and strat wise, if we stay green, and so far it seems like we might get that, knock on wood.
Yeah, I think we can. I think these guys are spread out enough. I don't see, I mean, even as of right now, I don't see too many people doing anything. I don't see, you know, 3 wide, 4 wide type of crazy driving right now. So I think these guys are, you know, they're pushing it, but they also know that, hey, I've got him. Oh, Sean Hagen is spinning on the front stretch as soon as I said that.
And there it is, yeah.
Hagen.
That will be a caution. Oh, we definitely did for sure. But 7th caution, lap 138, only our 4th for incident. And, man, yeah, definitely a spin out right there. What happened with him? Try and see where this goes down here. So Hagen, let's try and find out what. Okay, so he's still going straight here. Maybe he gets. Oh, look at that. Big bobble. Zelazny right there. Don't think he gets a piece of him. No, he doesn't. And then Hagen just goes around. Man, unfortunate. So, again, just going back to that Hagen luck, Bowie. I mean, doing well. Good points, but around he goes. And now in a really tough spot to finish off this race.
Yeah. And, hey, look, it's racing is technically his teammate Wyatt Tinsley, and it's gonna be hard now. And I think honestly, if anything, that's why he's pushing so hard, right? You know, he knows he's got to go. He was racing Thurston pretty hard, and I forgot the other driver he was racing around. But yeah, I mean, he's probably trying to push it because he knows he's got to go. He's got to try and get to the front, and maybe pull off something, you know, crazy before caution comes out, or try to get there before you have to pit. So I mean, unfortunately it's Hagen I hate to say it, it's Hagen's signature right now. It's like, man, he's doing great. He's
Yeah,
out there running good. And then one little mistake happens, and it's all
and
for
that's
nothing.
it.
So, yeah, he's just, I don't know. I don't know. If he can get that figured out, man, he is going to be dangerous. But he's got to get it figured out.
100%. Right now opens the door for Tinsley to not only maybe win the race, but man, looking really good for that dash for cash as well. So looking very, very fast. But this is the money stop, in my opinion. Man, they can go the rest of the way on fuel. Who takes tires? Who doesn't take tires? Look at this. Crawford out front, lateral, Cutlip, all surpassing Tinsley here on pit road exit. A lot of strategy, Bowie, right here to try and stay up front. Only 40 laps to go.
Hey, this is, as I said, I believe I said it earlier. 4 tires that first time, but if you can get to maybe 2 tires and run the rest of this, you've got a great shot. Now, can the tires hold on? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if the tires can hold on. But, if they kind of get jumbled up or whatever and the field gets stacked up a little bit and the leader is gone, it's a great,
I mean,
it's a great strategy for sure.
look what Chad Oxendine did earlier on in stage 2. He was able to hold on to that lead for a long time on way older tires. So I think the clean air really makes a big difference for a lot of these guys. And I think maybe guys like Crawford and Lateral Cutlip, they saw that and they're like, you know what, man, if I can stay out front, I might be able to hold on to this thing. And we're going to have 38 laps to go here at the line. So Crawford, Lateral, Cutlip in that top 3. Tinsley right there in P4, I believe, on those 4 fresh tires. Chad Oxendine up back to P5 after his spin, along with Kenny Brady. So up there as well. I believe he took 2 tires as well to get himself some more positions. So a lot of guys making some moves here early in this stage 4, but closing in on the race end.
Yeah, now we're gonna start getting a little crazy. But hey, this is what they're here for, so I'm ready.
Here we go again. Green flag back out. Lap 142. Blaze Crawford, Tyler Lateral. New faces up front. Can we get some good racing up front so far? It looks like it. It is go time now. All the way around here now. Weist making a good recovery. Christian Angel right here, both fighting for a top 15 spot. Up front, Kenny Brady and Trevor Zelazny making a move here on the outside. Kenny has to slow up real quick for that turn 2. It gets so tight there, Bowie. Thurston and DeWeese get through.
Yeah, that was whew. That was a little maybe a change of shorts type moment, but yeah, good save by the 54. That could have been a heck of a lot worse there.
I mean, I'm not going to say it. Uh-oh, Kenny Brady
54.
had to lean on DeWeese right there. Oh, and then Christian Angel around here on the backstretch. Weist got together, it looks like. Frank DeAngelis. Oh, no. Big wreck here. Looks like as well as Austin Halsey. Christian Angel, man, that was a tough hit. Looks actually to be okay. Not sure if that was... It came across the nose or whatnot, but we will go and take a look. That was pretty wild. Let's see if we can find out when it happened here. So Christian's... Oh, this is turn 2, obviously, so... Try and get an angle here. Just so tight. As we're looking down. Oh, yeah, Weist hits the wall there out at 2. And to be honest, I'm actually surprised we didn't see this more often earlier on. Guys kind of pound the wall right there on the turn 2, or really even 4, and just bounce off of it into the guy on their inside. And
Yep.
that was the case right there. So obviously nothing intentional, nothing aggressive per se, but just tough racing, close racing on a tough track.
Yeah, and again, it's time. It's time to go. So, a lot of those drivers are doing what they can at this point to try and get the best finish possible. So I don't know. I don't know. It can be frustrating as well because we're coming down to it, and a lot of drivers, like I said, are going for it. But at the same time, I don't know. It's gonna happen. You just gotta be ready for it.
Yes, sir. So right now, Josh Larson getting, looks like a wave around right here. So good for him. Lap 146. I mean, yeah, we're getting down to it. By the time we go back green, 32 laps to go in this race. So definitely winding down. A lot of guys in good spots. Looking like we see Tinsley here. Ended up getting around Cutlip and a few guys. Cutlip actually fell down a couple spots here in 6th. So going to be interesting. I mean, guys like Blaze Crawford, obviously, tested, and we know how good he is and what he can offer when it comes to, this series and how to get himself a win. Definitely looking like he can be a contender today. Obviously, Lateral looking very fast as well, as everyone chooses right now. Take a quick time, folks, to go and shout out some sponsors. We'll come right back. I told you, not messing around today. Go and check out harpoondesign.com. A lot of these paint schemes you see on track today are done by Harpoon. Great paints at a great price, and looking very, very good as usual today. So, looking good. We don't have any fancy blimps or whatnot like our buddies over in Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Shout out to them, but they have a lot of the cool stuff. We got to get some stuff on our side. We have Peep the Paints, and we have some Bring the Noise, but we got to find something fun for the Harpoon segment. But here we go. Back green flag 148. Crawford, Tinsley up front. Back green we go. Crawford, little wiggle right there on the outside lane, gets it going though. Tinsley on the 4 fresh, going to try and send it here. Get himself back in that lead if he can. Oh, DeWeese around. Tries to save it.
No, the stuff's going around now.
Scott Gasson around. DeWeese about to say he took out a cone, and that was maybe the worst of it, but Scott Gasson goes around. 9th caution of the day. 5th for incident. What happens to Mr. Scott Gasson here? Let's take a look. So the DeWeese incident didn't bring it out because he was going straight here. Oh, DeAngelis just kind of gives him the how you doing? Try and get one more angle of that real fast. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it's hard to see if that, like, kind of like earlier, right? Who comes up, who comes down, or do they just meet in the middle? And unfortunately, Scott was right there, so that can happen. I mean, hey, late race antics. Car doesn't look terribly beat up, but definitely in the ballpark of needing some damage fixed. So Blaze Crawford up front, Tinsley, Oxendine, Frisch, and Cutlip. Lateral actually going backwards here. I'm not sure why we're doing that. Lateral slowed way down here. I'm not sure if he had a penalty or what's going on. Hopefully, maybe Bowie can get an answer on this. Maybe a malfunction of his sim or screens. That can happen a lot too.
I am actually getting word that his force feedback went out.
Oh man, yeah, that is awful.
Yeah, driving without force feedback after you've been doing it for 130, 20 something laps is that's a brain
You know what?
brain function, honestly.
I'll tell you what. Just to make it kind of like relevant to people at home just watching this, force feedback going out. It's kind of like, how can I say this? It's like the reverse of, you know how like if somebody pranks you, like, hey, pick up that big rock, and you approach it as if it's going to be super heavy, but it's really like foam, and you pick it up super quick because you think it's going to be heavy,
Yep.
and then you just smack yourself in the face. It's kind of like that feeling, right? Where it just goes out and you lose all sense of just feeling, how to steer this thing, how to, it kind of throws off your whole system. It's pretty funny.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's a great analogy. Yes, that's basically what it's like.
So lap 151, quick yellow right here, just involving Scott Casorn, Frank DeAngelis, a little bit of contact. So far, so good. So going to try it again here. Lap 152, we'll go back green on. Again, 9th caution, but we've had 3 of those for stages, so 6 for incident. Fantastic middle part of the race. A little dicey now, but we can expect that. See if Crawford or Tinsley can win this race up front, though. Frisch, Lateral, Oxendine, Cutlip. Man, a lot of fast guys. A lot of new names, too, Bowie, in this front half of the top 10. So, here we go.
Yes, it is.
Lap 152, restart zone. Crawford has the will to go. There he is. Fires off, and we're green again. Oh, Cutlip just goes around.
Oh my goodness.
And a massive wreck right here.
Shut up the wreck again.
Huge wreck. Cutlip looks like it just went around hard. It didn't even look like it got loose. It looked like it just snapped on him. Man. Go back to that real quick. That was wild. Caution flag is out. Try and see what happened here to our poor guy. Oh man, yeah, we'll go back even further here to find out. So here's Cutlip right here, bright yellow car. Dives into turn 1. Maybe it's the apron too much here, and try and find out what goes on. But man, you can see the back end just kicking out right here. So just, a little bit of a bobble. That's what we didn't see. So a big bobble here, much like Hagen earlier on. It just goes around. Michael Johnson involved there. Left front, pretty good. Everyone avoids pretty well beyond that, but man, that's a tough break for Cutlip. So that changes things a bit more. Obviously, some more guys coming down pit road. Good time to take some fuel and some tires. And look at this, though. Even throughout all the madness, Devin Smecker up to P13 here. Looking good, man. He must be so happy after all that to be able to avoid the carnage and get himself back up front. That is pretty good. Didn't get any stage points, but there at the end.
Hey, I mean, that's kind of what I was saying before. I mean, if you can just stay in it, you can get a decent finish, and you can get out. I mean, it's very similar to the mindset for me at a super speedway. You just gotta survive, right? And if I can survive, then I got a shot. And I don't know if Devin Smecker technically has a shot right now to go win, but he does have the shot to still continue to get a better finish. So that's where your mindset's got to be.
All right, my apologies. A little bit of a microphone battery issue, but we're good now. So up front, again, Crawford, Tinsley, Frisch, Lateral, Zelazny, and look who's up back. Joseph Mealy in P6 right there, man, looking to have a career day potentially up in that almost top 5. So we're going to try it again. Just about 25 laps to go here at the line. Nighttime conditions pretty much here right now on track. Fully transitioned into nighttime. Here we go. Restart zone, Crawford, Tinsley. In a big wreck out back, Jacob Weist spun around right there. Just didn't get it going. Maybe even spun the tires there on the restart, but did not get going there. Larson may be involved as well. Thurston actually is way back here as well. We'll find out what happens. But man, right on the green flag, we saw Weist. We'll go back a little bit actually. So here's the restart. Weist right here in the back, number 60 Apollo machine. Oh, Smecker actually. Smecker just is the one who gasses up too soon or spins the tires, and unfortunately he got into the wall, but Weist was the one who got the worst of it. Goes around, and then Larson as well. So issues for Smecker right there. Just talking about him, Bowie. Man.
Yep. I think it's that commentary's cursed. Ah, man. That, hey, man, it's, like I said, alright, you spun and, you know, put some fresh tires on it, fill it back up, get a little bit of damage, get the fenders pulled out, get back out there. That's literally the only thing you can do. Again, we're coming down to less than 30 laps. You just gotta go at this point.
So 23 laps to go. Should be about 21 maybe as we get back green here in just a bit. A couple of drivers coming down pit road. Michael Johnson, Cutlip, and Jacob Weist, all involved in recent incidents. Looking to get their damage fixed as much as possible, obviously, and not doing a bad job at that. So, bunch of guys a lap down. I know I do a pretty bad job of showing off the drivers below 20th. We're still working on some changes here to the channel and some cool things coming our way. See right there, it does that. If I show the top 20 or past 20th, it kind of makes that animation weird. So we're still working on some things here on the behind the scenes, so we apologize. Update today also kind of messed up some things on our end too, so we're waiting to kind of make some changes as we move on. So either way, we appreciate it. Appreciate you being here, watching race day and supporting this league, the drivers. It's a lot of fun. So Crawford and Tinsley once again up front. Couple of cautions back to back here, so hard for these guys to really get going and see what they have. Hopefully we can get 20 or so laps of great racing here as we come down to the line. So should be fun to see. If we can get this thing green for the most part, this next 21 laps, man, who can hold on to it? You know, can Wyatt hold on with those 4 tires? Can Blaze hold on with those 2? Then you get laterals, Zelazny in the back. We're going to find out. Green flag back out. And again, we saw the same thing.
Oh, no.
Oh, my word. Guys are just not understanding. Kenny Brady. Luckily, this time we stay green. But, man, again, another situation, Bowie, where we're just gassing it up too soon, right?
Yeah, I think we're at we're at a point we're kind of just trying a little too hard now, and we really kind of don't need to be doing that. So, drivers are really driving. Oh my goodness, they are driving super hard right now. So, I'm not sure what's going on, but I guess all the drivers are seeing red right now for some reason.
And I get it, right? Tough track. Look at this. Oh man, Mikulajczyk almost went around there. Immediately, oh, Chad Oxendine here in the back. One. Jordan Fisher. See that right there? This is what I'm kind of talking about, right? Great race so far, but then we get into these pockets of just, what are we doing? You know, and I get it. End of the race, a lot on the line, but this is kind of where I'm like, guys, we can do way better than this, right? So, unfortunate, Chad Oxendine worked his way back to the front. Now back down to 25th. As well as Jordan Fisher working his way back up to the front as well, but got pretty beat up there. But Crawford's slowing down here. Pace car probably not not even in the same zip code as they have to catch up to him. So there it is. So 19 laps to go here. 3 quick cautions there. So I wonder if we'll go single file racing. We'll try and find out from Mr. Matthew Kent. Michael Frisch comes down pit road actually here from P6. Interesting call. So a bunch of guys came down pit road. Michael Frisch was, again, P6. He finds himself going to be maybe about 15th or 16th as he comes back out. So interesting call here for Frisch. And I think, man, all the while, like I look back at this, and as right now we're choosing. Looking back at it, I mean, right now Crawford again with the 2 tires. I think this really just helps him, as now we're seeing Tinsley actually choosing to go behind Blaze here instead of down on the inside lane. So that's interesting for sure. Getting word, yeah, I mean, we are going to go double file here. Again, that new rule implemented. 3 quick cautions we bring out, or we go back to single file, so doesn't look like we're doing that this time. I bet if we get one more quick caution, that'll be happening, so. We will see. Right now is, Kenny Brady. All right. Gets it back going. So 16 to go here as we come to the line. Tires definitely favoring a couple of these guys. But look at this. Trevor Zelazny, Ethan Delaire in P4. Oh my word. Bunch of guys getting some chances here in the front of the field who can make the most of it. Right now, Crawford Zelazny up front. We'll try it again. Green flag is out. Much cleaner this time by. Big bump there. Man, Kenny Brady all over the back end of Salyers. Mikulajczyk almost in the middle there. Frank DeAngelis thought better about it. keeping it going so far, man. Looking really good. Looks like Michael Johnson makes it 3 wide here. Sends it in to the inside of DeAngelis. Makes it work, but at what cost?
Oh.
As Christian Angel into the wall. Oh, my word. And now we will go single file racing. Let's go back. Restarts, I should say, excuse me. Let's go back and find out what happens here. Christian Angel, I think, got the worst of it. So, yeah, Frank DeAngelis right here. Michael Johnson really, really close. Christian, I mean, into the back end of DeAngelis. I think maybe gets contact here from Nick Silver. Yeah, he does. And then around we go. Well, not yet. Yeah, just bounces off the wall. Comes straight into Smecker, who was having a pretty good recovery. Yeah, Smecker kind of just keeps going like nothing ever happened. So he might be okay. And then, Smecker just doesn't plan on slowing down into the rejoin, and off we go. So awesome. Almost kills Nick Silver, but he continues as well. So Paul Mikulajczyk comes down, pit road, a couple of more guys. Smecker, Cutlip, Frisch, Weiss as well. A bunch of guys fixing damage and whatnot. So this should be single file starts at this point on. Again, we don't want this thing to end as a caution fest because that can happen. But I mean, Billy, this is kind of what I was talking to you about off screen, right? Or off broadcast. Is like, man, like this race, okay, we've shown we can do really, really good, really kick-ass racing, but now it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is honestly, it's just people trying to do things that, you know, they're just not really capable of doing, which is, you know, again, we said earlier about the talent level in here is high, and sometimes there's you know, there's a high level, and then there's a middle, and then there's a low, and
Right.
sometimes, you know, the combination of the 3 groups, sometimes it doesn't gel, and sometimes it takes time for it to kind of get going. And as you can see, we've had some long runs, right? I mean, I think one we only had 1 caution, and we went green the whole time. So obviously we can put on great green flag runs. It's just whenever we get to the point in the restarts, it's almost like people just kind of lose their minds. Again, similar to real racing. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
If you watch NASCAR or IndyCar or IMSA or anything like that, they just scatter and they just go crazy, and they're making crazy moves and stuff like that because they're trying to hurry up and get to the front. And I get that, and I understand that urgency to get there, but again, you got to get the race going first in order to try and pick up spots. If you know, you're wrecking on the start of a restart, then you're just delaying, and then you're just delaying things, and then people get more and more frustrated, then people become more and more aggressive, and that's where we're at right now, unfortunately.
Yes, sir. Here we go. We're going to go single file restarts from now on. No more choose car. You get the rest of the 9 off, Bowie. Crawford, Tinsley,
Sir.
and Zelazny up front, top 3. Back green we go.
Oh my. Oh, wow.
Looks like Salyers had a moment there for a second. Looks to be going straight into the wall, taking the Ross Chastain line around turns 3 and 4. Maybe can't even.
Oh no.
Mikulajczyk as well in the back, doing the same thing. Demolition Derby, 10 laps to go.
Yeah, that might be a broken toe link. It might be the reason why he's not really getting going, but I mean, maybe not. could just be a really damaged car, unfortunately.
Hagan still trying to make a good recovery here in P11. As DeWeese right in front of him. Top 10 effort so far. Really good job as back in the pack, still too wide. A couple of guys pretty well beat up right here. Cutlip trying to make it through. But Blaze Crawford has a good lead here. And again, these cautions and this single file start, I think, really helped his case here with 8 laps to go. 9, excuse me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, with the single file, kind of helps Crawford. But then I don't know if it stays green long enough. I don't know if Tinsley has enough time to make some moves. I mean, he's, from what I can see right now, I don't see Hagan close. So I think Tinsley has the dash kind of locked up. But I mean, man, if you can win the dash and get the win as well, get two chances or 2
Yes,
wins.
sir.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he is definitely going for it. He's not hanging back. So we'll see here. The next 7 laps.
Yes, sir. Next week in Iowa, too, by the way. I know we keep all these little narratives going on throughout the season, but next week is also the beginning of our midseason madness. So we start that next week in Iowa, and the results of today's race determine the seeding for the beginning of that tournament. So this race is pretty big in a lot of ways. Right now, coming down to the wire here, 6 laps to go. DeWeese trying to make a move here on Mealy. Trying to get in deeper into that top 10. Looking so good today. Trying to get to it. But still, Blaze Crawford up front. Looking pretty good. Trying to get his first win of the season. Trying to become the 4th different winner this season as well, Bowie. Very competitive field. Lateral looking good as well, man. First race of the day.
That is how we like it. We love the fact that there is different winners and shows you the talent level and what drivers are able to do. And as of right now, nobody is really, walking away. I mean, as far as, standings, yes, but wins wise, it's everybody's got a chance. So, and I was trying to see, is
caution's out.
Oh, caution.
Oh my gosh, what is happening back here? Looks like Gasorn, Kaufman. Who is that? Jordan Fisher as well involved. Big old wreck here in the back. Let's try and... So Scott Gasorn right here in the back. Try and get to him. Here he is. Try and find when this goes down here. Oh, Mikulajczyk just comes up. Then around they go. Cutlip looks like Gasorn. Kaufman just... Oh, God. Fisher tries to avoid him. Didn't do it. Let's get the ride on board. The man on the thumbnail today, Mr. James Kaufman here. Let's go back and watch from the Kaufman cam. Diving down, doesn't see it yet. I mean, we're just full steam. Our man slows down for nothing, Bowie. I love it. Mr. Jim Kaufman.
Well, I mean, no comment.
Hey,
No
speaking of though, hey, today, again, it is the back mark of 250, sponsored by Jim Kaufman. And again, the last driver on the lead lap at the end of this race gets $10, courtesy of him. And right now, that is looking like Frank DeAngelis, if that is currently what I see. So we'll see how how the race ends up. But this should be our first green-white checkered finish.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous on that too. We got 3 of them. Oh, I mean, these right now, these drivers, they're going for it, right? And a lot of them, I mean, look, I mean, your top 4 or top 5 is, Blaze Crawford, Wyatt Tinsley, Tyler Lateral, Trevor Zelansky, and Ethan Delaire. I mean, that's basically all one team, basically in a nutshell, right? So for the most part, or maybe not Ethan Delaire. I could be wrong, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, they're gonna coordinate together and get out the line. And if you include the 95 as well, I think the 96 is the first car that's not part of the connection with Slim Dogs and everything. So I don't see anything crazy coming from that group of cars. I think the coordination with them, they're gonna do what they need to do to finish and not have any issues. I think Tinsley's still gonna go for it, but I think if anything happens, it's gonna be from the cars behind trying to make some moves, trying to shake up the top 6.
Yes, sir. And single file starts, only 2 laps here, so this really helps Blaze Crawford here. Can Wyatt somehow get around him to get this win after dominating this race? Green flag is back out. 2 laps it is. Kenny Brady just absolutely doors.
No! 99 in the wall.
They all keep it straight, but man, that is... Look at this. Weist in the 1 car of Frisch. I mean... White flag is out. Blaze Crawford. 1 more time around here from Darlington. That 2-tire stop seems like it's going to prove to be what it takes to win this race. Wyatt Tinsley trying to chase him here into 3 and 4. Might send it. Not going to be enough. Blaze Crawford comes around here and will be the winner today of the Backmarker 250. Awesome run here for Blaze Crawford to get the job done. His week off.
The last car to finish on the lead lap ends up being Austin Sawyer's with a broken toe link.
Oof. Well, there it is. So, man, awesome run for Blaze. Gets the job done. Wyatt Tinsley, Tyler Lateral, top 3. Followed by, again, unofficially, Zelazny, Brady, Huff, Thurston, Braxton DeWeese, Hagen 10th, Joseph Mealy top 10. Awesome stuff for Blaze Crawford. His off week of the Coke Series. Awesome to see him come in and take a win here. We'll come right back, folks. We'll thank some sponsors, and we'll talk to your top 3. All right, P3 today, Tyler Lateral for the Backmarker 250. Here he is. We'll try and bring him in real quick. into the booth. Here he is right here. Here's the man, Tyler Lateral. First race with us today in ASRA. Comes out with a P3 on the day, man. Looking pretty good. Very fast in that 21 machine. How'd the race go for you, man?
It went pretty good, hard to pass. Kind of needed a long run there to maybe have a shot to win it, but we had no force feedback the whole race, so I'll take a P3.
Yes, sir, man. Obviously hard to pass. Darlington can be pretty tough, but hey, walked out with the P3. Not too bad. Give us a quick shout out, man, for your sponsors. What'd you get for us? Friends and family? Floor is yours.
Just shout out you guys. Thank you for putting on this league.
A man, a few words, man. I love it. Good stuff. We'll see you next week, dude, from Iowa. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. You too.
There he is, Tyler Lateral P2, Wyatt Tinsley. We'll bring him in here. Oh, where'd he go? Here he is. Mr. Wyatt Tinsley, man, almost got his second win of the season, but did a damn good job getting maximum points today for sure, or close to it. P2 on the day, man. How do you feel?
Well, points is good, but points is not going to win the championship as I'm already locked into the playoffs. But I mean, good second, third stage there. Drove from the back after getting some weird speeding penalty that's new implemented. But overall, I had a fun time. I told myself that taking 2 tires was going to win the race there. I'd just eat it. So, and apparently we just couldn't get longer than 3 laps to make a difference. And the one time I had a good chance of getting alongside of him, it just cautioned. So, all in all, good points today. I'll take it. Led about 70 laps, so probably should have led more. But I think I'll take the P2 and I guess the 3 playoff points I get from the pole and then the 2 stage wins.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Thanks to Matthew Fleming and the whole people that are on my car that I forgot. But yeah, all in all, it's a good race, and I'm looking forward to the next race. Oh, Iowa. Oh, how fun. We'll see.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Yeah, all in all, thank you.
Hey, no problem. You already beat me to it. Sponsors and thank yous. But hey, good stuff, dude. P2, not bad. We'll see you next week, Iowa. Have a good night.
I won the Dash for Cash.
Yes, you did. That's right. Jeez.
I won the Dash for Cash.
You absolutely did. You did. You did.
Right,
you won it.
I think I get a trophy for that, right? Oh, good.
You do. You get a sick trophy.
And how much money did I win?
A couple of pennies. I think it's like $30. You get basically your entry back.
All right,
that's pretty cool. Sick trophies are still being made and developed, but yes, you definitely get those. But excited to get that to you once we get them. But yeah, good stuff, dude.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, Wyatt Tinsley. Try to get him back into the Discord, but good stuff right there. We're trying to bring in Blaze Crawford. Where is he? I like how he's live right now in his Discord. Not thinking I'm going to bring him in, but here we go. Blaze Crawford, big winner today from the back marker, 250. Man, hey, awesome run today. Seems like you were pretty quick. Obviously, had the speed, but that late race caution and that pit road, taking 2 tires, seemingly pretty much winning the race here. What are your thoughts, man? Big win.
Yeah, I confidently went into that pit stop on lap 140 or so, and I knew I was going to go take 2 tires and just stay out the rest of the race. I've seen how these have played out, like, honestly, in Coke Series here, it doesn't really matter, if you take that 2-tire strategy and you just get lucky with those cautions and get that lead spot, man, you're hard to beat. So I felt like most of the race I was a little bit off pace of like raw speed compared to Wyatt and some of these other guys, but those 2 tires kind of freed up the car, and then once you have that clean air, man, it was just putting clean laps together from there on out. So it was really cool. I was happy that one of these strategies finally went my way for once. So usually I'm on the back end of that and kind of losing races because of that. So it was nice to finally win one this season and win one in that fashion.
Yes, sir, man. Always impressive to get that win, and hey, awesome job again. Give us floor is yours for sponsors, friends, and family. What you got, man, for us?
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you guys being able to get this race in today. It was, I know it was a little bit of a struggle with the update today, so happy everything worked out for everybody. Glad we got to be out on the track tonight. I might have been advocating to cancel it because of the issues, but I'm glad we got it in. So appreciate you guys having this broadcast every week so the family can watch. Shout out Matt Fleming, Flem Dogs. all the guys that the flag motors were fast tonight, man. There was like, I mean, probably 5 or 6 of us in the top 10. So we had them flag motors dialed in. Max Brady on the spotters there because he made bad choices last week. Shout out to him for all the help. He couldn't be with us tonight, but no, he'll be back. He'll be back. We'll get some wins. We'll go for this team championship. And as always, man, go Ravens, Ravens flock. Let's go get this Super Bowl done.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, good stuff again. We'll run it back next week at Iowa or whenever you're back around for us. But hey, appreciate it anyway. And hey,
Yes,
have a
sir.
good night, man. Big win.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go.
There he is, Blaze Crawford today. Man, awesome job for Blaze Crawford getting it done. Awesome job, Bowie, and honestly a big race today from Darlington Speedway. Man, put on good racing when we had it, but then again, we kind of had that those gremlins, right, come in and you know, wrecks and aggression and whatnot. What do you make of today's race?
I mean, yeah, you had your ups and downs for sure. But I mean, when it was good, right? I mean, it was, you know, you had some prize leaders up there standing up front with strategy and staying out on old tires and being able to hold off, you know, like Wyatt Tinsley and some of the faster guys. So that was pretty fun to watch. You know, I think a lot of drivers still have a lot of, you know, things to learn as far as, you know, just when to push it, when not to push it, you know, and just learn how to just survive and not get caught up in things. So, you know, some things are just out of your control. I understand that. I'm not putting any blame on them, but, you know, it was really an up and down race to watch. But hey, you know what? The great thing is there's always next week. So, you know, like you said, next week is Iowa. So, a little bit of our first short track per se. And hey, man, that's going to be definitely interesting, because again, another track that I don't do really good at. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what happens there. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually have some really good racing there, just because it's also another difficult track. So I think we'll come back from this and we'll continue to get better as the season goes on.
Yes, sir. Awesome race today, and man, just it's a lot going on, right? A lot going on early season, our 4th race in, and hey, a lot can happen still, and hey, a lot of just a lot going on. It's just simple as put, but hey, good racing and some chaos. But hey, end of the day, Wyatt Tinsley wins the Dash for Cash tournament. Blaze Crawford becomes our 4th winner of the season in 4 races, so that's exciting stuff. And hey, a lot of fun being had nevertheless. Again, big thanks to all of our sponsors, Harpoon Design, Admin Box, man, everyone today, and can't wait to get to Iowa. Honestly, very fun track, like you said, and should be good racing. It was the last few times we were here, so looking forward to that. But either way, next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll see you then again for Iowa. But for race day, for Bowie and I, have a good night. We love you.